dancing in the street,
across the ocean blue.
dancing
Me
in the
and
street,
you, dancing in the street.
dancing in the street. Something different, you know. So now we've got something really different. The three of us are going to do a song. Thanks to Andy Anderson for the wonderful drumming and about 15 other roles he's going to fill today. So we're going to do 2 original songs opening up. And the first is an Andy song, which is called It's All There Is. That's a good title for a New Thought song, huh, Andy? I like that. Yeah. See, it's all there is. Love, I let it shine through me for the whole world to see. It's all there is. I let love, I let it live in me for the whole world to see. It's all there is. It's all there is. Peace, oh, I let peace, I let it shine through me for the whole world to see. It's all there is. I let peace, I let it live in me for the whole world to see. It's all there. Compassion, I let it shine through me for the whole world to see. It's all there is. I let compassion, I let it live in me for the whole world to see. It's all there is. It's all there is. Come on, Anton. Let's sing joy. Joy, I let it shine through me for the whole world to see. It's all there is. I let joy, I let it live in me for the whole world to see. It's all there is. I let joy, I let it shine through me for the whole world to see. It's all there is. I let joy, I let it live in me for the whole world to see. It's all there is. It's all there is.
Oh, we are blessed to have Andy with us today. Yes.
do another song. Oh, Andy's going to play a shaker. And so we're going to do a kind of a back to basics talk. And this is a back to basics song. It's got words by two of the great teachers in New Thought, Emma Curtis Hawkins and Ernest Holmes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and... There's a good for me, and I ought to have it. A good for me, and I ought to have it. There's a good for me, and I ought to have it. A good for me, and I ought to have it. There's a good for me, and I ought to have it. A good for me, and I ought to have it. There's a good for me, and I ought to have it. A good for me, and I ought to have it. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is my life now. There's a good for me, and I ought to have it. A good for me, and I ought to have it. There's a good for me, and I ought to have it. A good for me, and I ought to have it. There's a good for me, and I ought to have it. A good for me, and I ought to have it. There's a good for me, and I ought to have it. A good for me, and I ought to have it. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is my life now. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is my life now. There's a good for me, and I ought to have it. A good for me, and I ought to have it. There's a good for me, and I ought to have it. A good for me, and I ought to have it. There's a good for me, and I ought to have it. A good for me, and I ought to have it. There's a good for me, and I ought to have it. A good for me, and I ought to have it.
Are we blessed or what? Laura Berryhill, Anton Mizrak, and Reverend Andy Anderson all on the same stage. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Rogue Valley in partnership with Unity of Medford. I'm Kimberly Hawkins. I'm one of 6 ministers here. I am the spiritual director, and as always, it is my pleasure and honor to welcome each of you, no matter where you happen to be today on your personal spiritual path. Welcome as well to those watching us online, either live or later on. So let's see, we have a change of plans this morning. I'll explain in a minute, but for now, let me remind me and all of us that we are a radically inclusive, spiritually progressive faith community. We teach tools to transform personal lives and help make a world that works for all. When I say all, I mean all people, all beings, all creatures. I have, let's see, if you're here for the first time, I think there is at least one in the crowd. We'd like to welcome you. Welcome, we're glad you found us. And I have some folks to introduce. You've met Anton, Laura, and Andy. Andy's actually our pulpit practitioner, so this is Reverend Andy, will be doing our opening prayer and reading. And let's see, Morel Wyeth, where are you? There she is. Morel Wyeth is our practitioner who led the meditation this morning. She's sitting high watch. If you've been here before, you know that she prays throughout the service for everybody's highest and best good, as well as those watching online. So let's see. If you have not already done so, please turn your cell phones off or in airplane mode. It's not birthday Sunday, so I think that's all I need to say for now. So we're going to turn it back over to our musicians to prepare us for the invocation and reading. And please, after this particular song, hold your applause because Andy will lead us right into prayer.
This is a song by a good friend of ours, Karen Drucker.
The face of God,
I hold you in my heart.
you are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
You are the face of
You
God.
are the face of God.
I hold you in my
I
heart.
hold you in my heart.
You are a part of
You
me.
are a part of me. You are the face of God.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me.
You are the face of God.
You are the face of God.
I hold you in my heart.
You are a part of me. You are the
face of God.
Good morning, everyone. We are truly the face of God. Each one of you look at somebody and say, you're God today. You're God today. God is looking back at you. How wonderful that is. I'm Reverend Andy Anderson, and I'm here to do our morning opening prayer for you. So you can take a moment and close your eyes if you so desire. If not, just take a breath. Just breathe in. Just take a breath. And right now, let's recognize and know that there is one power, one life, one joy, one peace. Whatever name, whatever attribute you decide to give it, that's it. And it's right here and right now in this present moment. So we allow ourselves to release and let go of all the stuff that it took to get here and everything that's here. We're just going to be in the present moment. Everyone take a breath in. Oh, yeah. So we give thanks for this wonderful service today as it unfolds perfectly. We know that everything that it took to get here is now in its perfect divine right order. We know that the food, the sound technician, we know the musicians, we know that Reverend Kimberly has something special to say today. Spirit is raring to go. Amen. Spirit is raring to go. I can't wait. I don't know about you, but I can't wait. Today is an exciting day because we're here, alive, awake, and aware, filled with the spirit of the one mind. So for that, I give thanks. I give thanks for each and every person here. I give thanks for each and every person looking online. Because, see, there's only one thing here. There's only one thing. So I give thanks. Everyone say, thank you. Thank you. Woo. And so it is. So it is. So it is. I have a reading that I'd like to share with you this morning from one of my most favorite teachers, Dr. Raymond Charles Barker. I just absolutely love him to death. Keeps your mind thinking. And his Power of Decision book. So I found a passage in it that I really would like to share with you this morning. It says, we are in the mind inexhaustible. The infinite never rests on its laurels. It never stops creating for a moment. It expects us to do the same. It expects us to be fully alive. Hallelujah. Using your curiosity to feed new ideas into our consciousness. God never made a dull person. I know that. It never created an average person. It never created a satisfied person. We are a becoming people. We are a growth people. We are expanding people. We are made in the image and likeness of an infinite thinker, forever thinker than you, in an atmosphere of love and givingness. We are the means by which earth becomes heaven. Now think about that for a minute. And so it is.
I like your style, Reverend Andy.
Well, we're going to continue right on with that theme. It's just amazing how the service flows.
This is a song by Anton.
We are the crown of creation. Nature becoming conscious of herself. Swimming in an ocean of sensation. Discovering the vastness of our wealth. These times are times of great mystery. These times are times of great choice. As we answer the call of our own destiny, we must each speak our own truth with our own voice. And if there's one great light, we must find it all. And if there's one great peace, we must find it all. If there's a oneness in life, we must find it all in our hearts. These times are times of great trials, but these times can be times of great hope. These times may be times of personal struggles, and these times can be times of limitless growth. And if there's one great light, we must find it all. And if there's one great peace, we find it all. If there's a oneness in life, we must find it all in our hearts. Find it all in our hearts. Find it here in our heart.
I love that song. I love you. Well, Reverend Bonnie Anderson, Andy's wife, was supposed to be our guest speaker this morning, and her talk title was, Let the Adventure Begin. So my adventure began at 5:30 a.m. when I was barely awake and got a call from Reverend Bonnie telling me that she was so sorry, but she has really bad vertigo to the point where she can't even stand, and she was not going to make it today. So we're going to know for her, as we always do, that wholeness and vibrant health are her birthright, and that is what's manifesting right now for her. But I did not prepare a talk today, so you know what we're going to do? We're going to let Spirit create the talk, and I'll tell you how that's going to work in just a minute. So I have the Science of Mind textbook with me, the seminal work of the founder of Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes. He was a contemporary of Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, the founders of Unity, very, very similar teachings, New Thought teachings. And what I'm going to do in a few minutes is have you raise your hand, and if you'll give me a page number between 1 and 500, and a paragraph number between 1 and 3. Some pages have 2 paragraphs, some have 4 or 5, but that's okay, we'll figure that out. I'm going to read a passage, and do you see what I mean? We're going to let Spirit pick what it is we all needed to hear today, including me. We're going to let the divine pick. So I'm going to start us off. As I sat meditating in my office before service, I thought, okay, what would I pick? And I thought, okay, page 300, paragraph 3. So before I read this, I need to explain, for some of you already know and some of you may not, in our teachings there's something called the law. We believe there are different aspects to the divine, to God, Spirit, infinite intelligence, whatever name you choose to call it. And one aspect is this subjective mind. In other words, it's the mind that is subject to what gets placed in it by our thoughts, our prayers, fueled by our emotions, by the way, and that this all-loving, all-powerful God responds always to us, and the answer is always what? So whatever we're thinking, whatever we're focusing on is what tends to happen in our life. That's what the law is. So here's page 300, paragraph 3. We should approach the law normally and naturally and with a sense of ease. There's nothing peculiar or weird about it. It is a natural law working in a normal way and must be thought of in this light. We should come to consider the law and the Spirit as friends and think of them as such. In this way, we shall gradually go from good to more good. There's a good for me, and I often have it. And from peace to greater peace. This is the natural unfoldment of reality with a capital R through man. We should expect the best and so live that the best may become a part of our experience. This isn't mumbo-jumbo woo-woo, guys. What did Jesus tell us? Whatever ye pray, believing, you shall receive, right? He also said, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you shall say to that mountain, move henceforth, and it shall move. In other words, miracles can happen, right? Because there's this all-powerful presence that can do anything at all. So I've started us off. Who can share a number? Yes, Valentina.
Page 320, paragraph 3.
Page 320, paragraph 3. It'll be very interesting to see what Spirit does here. 320. Interesting. I hope 320 has words on it. Yes, it does. Of course it does. It's okay. We'd make it up. So I'm going to read it, and I haven't read it, this morning, so I'll go from there. One might ask, is all mental disease a thought held in the conscious mind of the patient? Mind you, in Ernest's day, when he prayed for people, he called them patients. We don't, we call them clients or a petitioner, somebody who wants prayer. Is all mental disease a thought held in the conscious mind of the patient? No, not necessarily. It may be a subconscious thought, or it may be the result of many thoughts, which brought together produce a definite result. Combinations of thought unite to produce definite effects. This is important because, as much as we want to have faith and think about the best and better, to have more peace, more love, etc., more abundance, we're a mishmash, aren't we? I don't know about you. I am sometimes a mishmash. And if we become conscious of being mindful of what we think, what we speak. I had a reminder of this today when I said to a friend, I made a comment about their bum body part, and you don't do that. We don't call, I have a knee that's giving me problems, but if I'm going to call it a bum knee, what am I affirming, right? The law's going to go, yeah, Kimberly, you have a bum knee. So to become mindful. But what this is also saying is it's not our fault necessarily if we experience a lack of abundance or a physical ailment. What it means is even in our subconscious, there may be beliefs about that. And we can shift that. That's why we pray. That's why we do our affirmative 5-step prayer. We remember God is all there is. It's all powerful, all knowing. We remember we cannot be separate from the good that God is. And we pray to know the good that's ours that we ought to have. Right? So thank you, Valentina. Next, Melanie.
156, paragraph 2.
156, paragraph 2.
You didn't read that, I have to go home and read it.
Okay. And I love this. When I was in ministerial school, there was a thing about the divine pick, that if we let go and don't, usually I write a talk and I have notes and I know what I'm going to say, right? I leave a little room for spirit to move in, but this is great today because I have no idea what we're going to talk about. Okay, did you say paragraph 2, Melanie?
Yes.
Okay, there's actually 2 paragraph 2s because there's one sentence and then... Okay, thank you, Melanie. See, Spirit's directing me through Melanie here. Why is it that one man's prayers are answered while another's remain unanswered? That's a great question. It cannot be that God desires more good for one person than another. It must be that all persons in their approach to reality, with a capital R again, receive results, not because of what they believe in, but because of their belief. Faith is an affirmative mental approach to reality. Why aren't our prayers answered? That's a great question, isn't it? Right? Because I believe all prayers are answered in some way. Maybe not in the timing and in the exact way we want them, but Spirit responds. But if we don't have faith and our message we're giving the divine is mixed, the results we're giving the divine is going to be mixed. There's a wonderful way to pray, which is, let's say, I'm looking for a new home. Well, we're possibly going to be looking for a new church home. So we know that the perfect new home is already ours. And maybe we have an idea of one we've been looking at. And, the Spirit clears the way for that to be ours or for something better to come into our experience. Because that way we leave it up to Spirit. Great one, Melanie. Now I'll read the second paragraph. And this new paragraph is entitled Misplaced Faith. Someone has said that the entire world is suffering from one big fear, the fear that God will not answer our prayers. Let us analyze the fears which possess us and see if this is true. The fear of lack is nothing more than the belief that God does not and will not supply us with whatever we need. The fear of death is the belief that the promises of eternal life may not be true. The fear of loss of health, loss of friends, loss of property, all arise from the belief that God is not all that we claim. Omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence. The next line, which is the next paragraph I'm going to read, which is, what is fear? Nothing more nor less than the negative use of faith. Right? When we're running fears in our head, we're praying. And we're having faith in the bad happening. Wow. Not with you, I know you. The Course in Miracles says the only thing we ever really need to heal is the belief that we can ever be separate from the divine and all the good that is ours. It is God's good pleasure to give us the kingdom. There's not God up there withholding. That's nonsense. And yet, we all experience things that are difficult that we may not have chosen, at least consciously, correct? But what we believe is there's always divine order, so that things are always unfolding for our highest and best good. There are lessons, there's growth, there's good. There's a good for me and I ought to have it. And sometimes it comes in packages we wouldn't have consciously chosen. I know from the Snickers that you know what I mean. Thank you, Melanie. Let's see, someone else had that. Wallene, and then we'll go to Dwayne.
82 paragraph.
I'm curious how y'all came up with this, but it doesn't matter because we know it's perfect, right? 82, paragraph 2. Did it just come to you, or is there your favorite number? She's a 2 on the Enneagram, and your husband's an 8? Hey, I love it. Okay, paragraph 2. Oh, I have this marked in my book. You know what? I'm going to read 1 and 2. I'm a 1 on the Enneagram. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Spirit is the Father, Mother, God, because it is the principle of unity back of all things. The masculine and the feminine principles both come from the One. Spirit is all life, truth, love, being, cause and effect. It is the only power in the universe that knows itself. The Spirit could know nothing outside of itself. That would be God and something else. We don't believe there's God and something else, right? There's only God. Spirit is all, the center and circumference of everything that exists, both manifest and unmanifest. It has no enemies, no differences, no otherness, no apartness, no separation from itself. It is undivided, complete, and perfect within itself, having no opposites and no opposition. It knows only its own ability, and since it is all, it cannot be hindered in any way, shape, or manner. How could the omniscient all be hindered? That's impossible, right? Absolutely impossible. Okay, so this is paragraph 2, Wallene. It is impossible for a finite mind to comprehend such a complete life and power. Who's the finite mind? Us. However, we know that we're connected, and when we open up, we can tap into that one infinite mind. Yes? Yeah. So it's impossible for a finite mind to comprehend such a complete life and power. In moments of real inspiration, we realize to a degree at least that God is all. That which has within itself all that really is, the life in everything and the love through everything, the one presence, the one infinite person whom we call God or Spirit. Within this one, all live. Sometimes it's hard for us to see God in someone else. Anybody ever have difficulty doing that? None of you. Not one in here. I just heard a wonderful definition of love. Love is the unconditional acceptance of another person. The unconditional acceptance of another person. And that, I think, clears the way for us to see, like we sang, you are the face of God. Each of us is. And sometimes we don't act God-like, sometimes we don't act like love, but remember the Course again. Everything anybody says or does is either an expression of love or a cry for love and healing and help. Yeah. And this is our work, is it not? I mean, especially right now with all the division, wars going on, we're bombing again. I mean, there's craziness happening, but you know, if we believe God is truly in charge, there's always divine order, right? We can't be separate from the good, and that every player, everyone we meet, is a beloved individual expression of the divine. That's our work. I don't know about you, that's my work. Anybody else? Yeah. Sal, are you raising your hand for yes, or are you raising with a number? Yes, yes. All right, next. Dwayne.
Page 62, paragraph 3.
Was it 52 or 62? 62, paragraph 3. Thank you, Dwayne. Ooh. Page 62 is blank. So what would you like me to talk about, Dwayne?
Yeah, the power of God.
The power of God. Yeah. You know, in traditional Christian religions, they believe in the power of something called Satan or the devil, right? We don't believe that. We do not believe that there's any power that can possibly oppose the goodness that God is. Now, we have free will, right? And I don't know about you, but I've made some choices that I regret in my life. But we believe that there's a God that is not only all-powerful, but all-forgiving. It's that parable of the prodigal son. You know, the son that takes his inheritance and squanders it and is eating with the pigs. A Jewish boy, imagine, eating with the pigs. How horrible. And when he finally realizes that he's going to go home, the father comes out and greets him in the field and hugs him and throws a party for him. And there's no condemnation. So this all-powerful God can make all things right. I'm sorry I say this every week, but I'm not sorry. Proverbs 3:5. I think I said 3:4 last week. It's 3:5. I trust in the Lord my God with all my heart and lean not on my own understanding in all my ways. Well, what I say is I trust Spirit. I recognize Spirit, and it shall direct my path. So not only is God all-powerful, all-knowing, but it's ready to guide us. But we have to listen. We have to give up that little ego that wants to have things my way and know that God is always good. Does that help, Dwayne?
Thank you.
Yeah. Prudence.
Oh, boy, am I sticking my head out. I grew up as a Methodist. I never heard all that Satan crap.
Good. Good.
I think there's a lot of
Okay, because she's not on mic, I'm going to repeat. Prudence says she grew up as a Methodist and never heard all that stuff about Satan, which is great, great. Do you have a page number for me?
Well, I think there are a lot of religions that don't do the same
Okay,
thing, including
okay.
Protestants.
Well, okay. You raise a good point. She thinks there's a lot of religions that don't do the same thing. I mean, if you read the Bible literally, especially the Old Testament, there's Satan. There is Satan. We don't believe that we are to read the literal, that we are to take every word in the Bible literally. There's so many ways that it has been translated and retranslated. A lot of it was written in times that, you know, there were things going on that were completely different. So sure, there are some religions. I don't mean to demean any religion. We believe there are many paths to God and all lead to one God, and we bless all paths. So in no way do I mean to, you know, demean. Okay? Who else? Let's see, Virginia.
Page 212, paragraph 2.
212, paragraph 2, and then we'll go to Catherine, who's sitting next to you. 212. 212, paragraph 2. Oh, interesting. So this is another one of those things where there's a little bit of a paragraph, and then paragraph 2 is the first full paragraph. So let me read that. Jesus said, "Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away." And Isaiah understood something of this when he said, "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth, it shall not return unto me void." This is a section called Power of Your Word. And I know, Virginia, you know that about the power of our word. So our word does not go out void. And we gotta be mindful, right? We gotta be mindful because there's power in our word. Didn't I do a talk recently called "Your Word is Your Wand"? Right? So that's what this is all about. I'm going to go back and read the paragraph before just because that was the final paragraph of this section called The Power of Your Word. Be specific in treating. Treating meaning praying, an affirmative prayer. Be direct and definite in your mental work. You're dealing with intelligence, so deal with it intelligently. The treatment must realize the patient is perfect, the client, the person asking for prayer, is perfect, must recognize the word as power, must know that it breaks down every man-made law and casts it out, that it is the law of harmony and recognition of the presence of God, that within itself it is unbounded and equipped with the power to execute itself, and it must know that it does this. It must know there's nothing that can change it, nothing, no belief which can hinder it, that it cannot be reversed, misplaced, mislaid, neutralized, or destroyed in any opposing force, that it does the thing it's supposed to do, and must know that it is continuous and unremitting and will operate only until it does all it's supposed to do. I mean, that's what we say about having faith when you pray, that the words have power like a wand, but it's the feeling behind the words that are the fire that give it, that send it directly to the ears, the mind, the heart of the divine. So we really have to get ourselves on. Where are you, Andy? Where'd you go? Andy, when Andy prays, don't you feel like he knows that he knows that he knows? Like there's no question, right? That's the way we have to be with our prayers. Trust the Lord your God with all your heart. Catherine. 198:2. Let the adventure begin. All right, paragraph 2. Okay, so this is the first paragraph in a new section called Spiritual Mind Healing. You guys have really focused, or Spirit through you, on prayer and the power of prayer. Never forget that conscious mind, capitalized. So if it's capitalized, what's it referring to, conscious mind? God. God is conscious, right? It's consciousness. Never forget that conscious mind is the only actor in the universe and in man. That the unconscious or subjective mind is compelled, by reason of its nature, to accept. Okay, it's talking about God in both instances here. So there's the conscious part of God that created you, created me, created the manifest universe. That's conscious God, right? The word that happened in the Bible. But then there's that subjective part, which is always responsive, so it accepts whatever we think or say or pray, consciously or unconsciously. It can never reject. The law, it's like when we plant tomatoes. The soil gives us tomatoes. If we plant a thought, a belief in prosperity and good, we get prosperity and good. If we plant seeds of fear and, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay my rent this month? Are we going to get good? No. Does the seed of a tomato give us a potato? No, right? So this is just really simple. The body is an effect with no intelligence of its own. What does that mean, the body is an effect? The body is an effect of the thought of God. God created our bodies, right? We can now see that a mental treatment is a real, tangible, specific operation working in perfect accord with known law. Pretty simple. We speak the word, God answers, God responds. Let's take a breath. Somebody else. Yes, Ken. Paragraph 135. So now we're back into the first 4 chapters of the textbook are the basics, right? So this is great. 35, I'm sorry, what paragraph? 1. So this is the first paragraph in the section called The Way It Works, it meaning God or the law. The science of mind is not a special revelation of any individual. This is important, right? It's not like the Quran. It's not like a spiritual channeled work. It's Ernest Holmes was, we call him the great synthesizer. He studied all the major scriptures of the world religions. He studied psychology. He studied the science of the day, and he synthesized all of it into this. So the science of mind is not a special revelation of any individual. It is rather the culmination of all revelations. We talk in New Thought about ancient wisdom, New Thought. Spiritual truth doesn't change, right? It doesn't change. It's forever. It's always. We can learn more and have new discoveries. All right, Ken, I'm trying to read it. I'm trying to get through it. Okay, so it's a culmination of all revelations. We take the good wherever we find it, making it our own insofar as we understand it. And I have this underlined with a quote next to it, so thank you for choosing this paragraph, or I believe Spirit chose it through you for us. The realization that good is universal, and that as much good as any individual is able to incorporate in his life is his to use, is what constitutes the science of mind and spirit. It's Emma Curtis Hawkins, yes, that said, there's a good for me and I ought to have it. That's what it is. That's what it is. And I'll read the second paragraph if it's okay with you, just for kicks here. All right. We've discussed the nature of the thing as being universal energy, mind, intelligence, spirit, finding conscious and individualized centers of expression through us. Conscious and individualized expressions of spirit. That's what we are. And the man's intelligence is this universal mind functioning at the level of man's concept of it. This is the essence of the whole teaching. We can connect with that universal mind because it's all one. Didn't Andy pray that and you guys sang it? There's only one life, right? We're part of it. Thank you, Ken. DeLacy. The page before that. You guys are not cheating, are you? Like, are you looking? Are you? No, okay. And besides, even if you were, it would all be good, right? Okay, paragraph 3, DeLacy. Paragraph 3. Okay, page 33, paragraph 3. Oh, this is so funny. I have I have the whole paragraph in a bracket, and I wrote in the margin, beautiful, and I put at the top, reading. In other words, it was this thing is all marked out. I love this. Thank you, Spirit. There's a theme today, guys, and I needed to hear this. I don't know about you. When we learn to trust the universe, we shall be happy, prosperous, and well. We must learn to come under that divine government and accept the fact that nature's table is ever filled. Never was there a cosmic famine. The finite alone has wrought and suffered. The infinite lies stretched in smiling repose. I believe that's an Emerson quote. God is always God, no matter what our emotional storm or what our objective situation may be. There is always a something hidden in the inner being that has never been violated. We may stumble, but always there is that eternal voice forever whispering within our ear, that thing which causes the eternal quest, that thing which forever sings and sings. There's always something hidden in the inner being that's never been violated. So we can feel like somebody hurt us, betrayed us, cheated us, you name it. But the essence, the soul, the eternal part of us is changeless, unalterable, cannot be violated, right? I like this for what's going on. This is so perfect. I think we have time for one more. Jazz.
Page 387.
387.
Paragraph 1.
Paragraph 1. All right. It starts the first sentence on the other page. And I think it's about reincarnation. Oh, wow. I do not believe in the return of the soul to another. Now, this is earnest belief, right? This is just earnest belief. This isn't, because we all have different thoughts about reincarnation. But this is earnest. I do not believe in the return of the soul to another life on this plane. The spiral of life is upward. Evolution carries us forward, not backward. Eternal and progressive expansion is its law, and there are no breaks in its continuity. It seems to me that our evolution is the result of an unfolding consciousness of that which already is and needs but to be realized to become a fact in everyday life. I can believe in planes beyond this one, without number, in eternal progress. I cannot believe that nature is limited to one sphere of action. So Ernest absolutely believes that we are immortal. We believe in the immortality of the soul, forever and ever expanding. He did not believe we come back here. I beg to differ, and I bet a lot of you do. If you've ever read, for example, Brian Weiss's Many Lives, Many Masters, there's so many examples of, to me, undeniable proof, or at least pretty strong proof that we come back. There's the whole way the Dalai Lamas have been chosen. Like they'll find a child, and the child will go to this old monastery, and there's been something hidden there for centuries, and they go right to it and pick it out because they were there when it got hidden. So, you know, Ernest always said, we're open at the top. We're open at the top. So we get to choose what we believe, right? We get to choose. All right. Is there any other niggling question that somebody wants me to address before we go into prayer here? Okay, I know some of you had a hand up and I didn't get to you, so I'm sorry, but maybe we'll do this again. The grand adventure. It's easy for me, I don't have to prepare a talk. All right. All right. Let the adventure begin. As eternal souls, I guess our adventure has begun a long time ago. No time, no space in the divine. We do know that there is indeed one mind, one heart, one responsive law, one power, one presence, one infinite presence. Call it God, Spirit, the creative principle of the universe, source. I don't care what we call it. It's all there is, everywhere present, all-knowing, all-powerful. I love the expression of its center is everywhere, its circumference is nowhere, because it has no limits, it has no boundary, it has no edge. It is all the words we sang earlier. It is peace, it is love, it is harmony. It is good. It is power. Sometimes we forget. If I am all the qualities that God is, I am that power. I have that power. I can use that power. That power responds to me. We can't be separate from it. None of us. And as we look out and see the face of God in everyone else, we are called to remember that even if we don't like what somebody says or does or whatever in our lives, they are perfect just the way they are. Learning and growing as all of us are, here to evolve, to learn, to grow. And so this week, I pray that each of us remembers indeed that our word is our wand, that as we become more and more mindful of what we think, what we focus on, what we say, and how we judge another or ourselves, we are creating a world that works not only for us, but for everyone else. We are powerful beings put here to learn about love, to be love, to express love. Yeah. What a gift it is to remember the words of the Master. These things and more ye shall do. I don't believe miracles are a thing of the past by any stretch of the imagination. I believe they happen every day as we decide consciously what to focus on. And so let's say a prayer this morning for peace in this world, for peace in this nation, for wholeness in everyone who is experiencing temporarily unwholeness, health challenges. We'll include Bonnie, we'll include Karen Jordan, who just finished radiation treatment. We include anyone in our families, in our personal lives, who are less than looking like the wholeness that God is, knowing the truth. There's that unchangeable, inalterable, non-able to be violated part of each of us that is eternal, whole, perfect, and complete. What a joy it is to be on this adventure with you all. What a gift it is to have these teachings. I bless those worshiping in a Methodist church this morning, in a Jewish synagogue, in a mosque, in the forest, on a yoga mat, knowing it's all one. There's only one God, many paths. We bless them all. And so just giving great thanks for this chance to be here, for this beautiful, beautiful philosophy and knowledge, for the goodness in this world and the goodness in each of us. I release this word now into what? The law. No one it's heard, it's answered, and we say together. And so it is, my friends, done.
I just want to acknowledge that though Reverend Kimberly said, oh, I didn't have to do any work to prepare this talk, the fact is she has put in countless hours of work throughout her life learning and studying all these principles to be able to do a talk like this. So yeah, no, you've paid your dues, and now you've got a lot to share, and we really appreciate it. So. All right, well, we're gonna spring another new thing on you. I wrote a song this week for Reverend Bonnie's talk. So Bonnie, if you're listening, this one's for you. Have you ever wanted to be the love in this world? Have you ever wanted to be the peace in this world? Have you ever wanted to be the joy in a life, embracing all your dreams? Have you ever wanted to be your truth in the world? Activate your purpose and your power. Generate your strength in every hour. Invigorate your life and where it's gonna lead. Focusing your courage and your blessings. Willingness, accepting all the lessons. Empowering the love that you want to be. Be the life, be the love, as below, so above, as above, so below in unity. Be the life, be the love, as below, so above, as above, so below in unity. Activate, generate, invigorate, calibrate, focusing, willingness, empowering the love that you want to be. Activate, generate, invigorate, calibrate, focusing, willingness, empowering the love that you want to be. Be the life, be the love. Your heart will guide you. Spirit supply you. As below, so above. Wherever you enter, always in center. Celebrate with your imagination. Co-create a life of inspiration. Illuminate. Be the life in the darkness, even when it's hard to see. Focusing your courage and your blessings. Willingness, accepting all the lessons. Empowering the love that you want to be. Activate, generate, radiate, co-create, celebrate, illuminate, empowering the love that you want to be. Activate, generate, radiate, co-create, celebrate, illuminate, empowering the love that you want to be. Be the love, be the love, be the love, be the love, be the love.
Be the love, be the love, be the love, be the love, be the love.
Wow, you guys. Now, if Bonnie does that talk, please sing the song again, because she probably will when she's better. Oh, my goodness. Thank you. So great to have you all here. So great to have you all here. And so great to have our ushers here. So we're going to call forth Sylvia and Virginia as we prepare to give our tithes and offerings. As always, a big thank you for those who continue to support this community. It is financially healthy. If you need an envelope for cash, they exist. They live in the backs of the purple chairs. Those giving online will see a QR code if you'd like to make a donation. We surely appreciate that. Let's say our giving affirmation together, shall we? Graciously, I give from a place of love, knowing that as I give, so do I richly receive.
Circulation, circulation, like the water raining down to grow the flowers up through the ground. Circulation, circulation, the universe you give into will multiply it, send it back to you. Press down,
a
good measure, shaken together and running over. Press down a good measure, shaken together and running over. Press down a good measure, shaken together and running over. Press down a good measure, shaken together and running over. Circulation, circulation, like the water raining down to grow the flowers up through the ground. Circulation, circulation, the universe you give into will multiply it and send it back to you. Will multiply it and send it back to you. Will multiply it and send it back to you.
A few announcements, as always, lots going on. I want to thank Tom Frederick, our sound engineer, Corey Rennick, who's our, what we call you, producer this morning, and Shannon Schnibbe, who's on camera. And who did slides, guys?
I did.
Hey, Corey! Corey did!
That's a twofer.
Thank you. We don't always recognize you, but so important. And they could use another team member. Even if you're willing to, one Sunday a month, learn to just man the camera, it's not complicated, or do other things like put the slide, you know, they could really use another person, at least on their team, to help. So see Corey if you can do that. Other volunteers, we're needing help in the kitchen. Terry, are you in the room right now? Yeah, there she is. And yeah, Terry. I mean, do you know that she spends a lot of time here every week? Gardening, cleaning, decorating. She's going, she doesn't, yeah, she and DeLacy are like the decorating queens. Anyway, Terry and her crew could use some help in the kitchen once a month, either setting up or cleaning up. So please see her if that's something. You know, our volunteers, when they help out, always say they feel more a part of the community, they make friends. It's really a great thing to do. If you want to be an usher or a greeter, I was mistaken a couple weeks ago, we could still use another couple ushers and greeters. So see Joy. Is Joy? Joy's not here today. Or tell me and I'll tell Joy. Let's see. And Nancy Clay, where are you? Nancy talked about the sandwich makers on Wednesday morning. They did get a few new people, but they could use more people Wednesday mornings at Presbyterian Church making sandwiches to help feed those who need food. The need has arisen and the supply is diminished. We're not going to be able to hear you, Nancy. Okay, Nancy, let me speak for you because people, we don't have you. Nancy and others are going to be on vacation. It's summer, so we really need people to help out. Is that all you need to know?
9:30, First Presbyterian Church downtown.
9:30 Presbyterian Church right around the corner. Thank you, Nancy, for Wednesday. Thank you for heading that up. And that group has a lot of fun. I've watched them. All right. Other things going on here. There are cards circulating for Mary Wright, who is recovering from a fall and surgery. See Valentina. Just write her a little message, okay? It just helps people know that we're thinking about them. Next Sunday, very important. Next Sunday is Bill and Connie Miner's last Sunday. They are moving to California to be near family. They have been such an integral part of this community for like 9 years, I believe it's been. We're going to have a potluck celebration after, so please think about bringing something to share. And I've spent this week, since I didn't have to prepare a talk, making a PowerPoint presentation with a lot of pictures of them, but a lot of pictures of you all. And I'm going to use that as part of the talk next week. I think you're going to really like it, and it's really a review of where we've been and the different places we've come through, the buildings since I came 11 years ago. So please be here next week and ready to celebrate Bill and Connie. All our meetings happen, Tai Chi and Miracle Makers, poetry as spiritual practice is on hiatus until July 21, because I have one more Rumi class this Tuesday from 11 to 1. Anybody's welcome. You don't have to have come to the other classes. Let's see. We resent our new building survey this week because some people didn't get it. So thank you to all who have responded to that. If you haven't and you're able to, please do. And also raise your hand if you need a paper copy. I think some of you got them when you came in, because Viv or one of our ushers has one for you, okay? We're going to wrap that up and give you results in about a week. Let's see. There is a calendar on our website, so you can check that always for the schedule of events. Sign up for our weekly newsletter in Bosworth Hall on the table over here to your left. There's a sign-up sheet for name tags. If you'd like to have a name tag, please wear your name tags, because it's great to get to know one another, and sometimes I forget, and sometimes we all forget. Finally, there's a prayer box in the back of the sanctuary where you can submit your prayer requests. Let's take a breath. So before we do our closing song, I want to invite practitioners and ministers in the room. I know we're kind of light today, but Andy, are you available for a quick prayer? I know you got to get home to Bonnie. Okay, come on up. Morel, who else is here? Nancy Clay, if you have something heavy on your heart, or you find yourself with unconscious or conscious thoughts that aren't so positive, come see one of these people for a positive, affirmative prayer, please. So before we turn it over to the musicians for a closing song, there's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now and our life now. Let's stand if you're able for our closing song.
And if you want more music this afternoon, there's a kirtan, 4 p.m. at the Wellsprings, Laura and I. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. and we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright, and we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. We shine, we shine, we shine, we shine, we shine.